Okay, just a couple ground rules before we get started. Please note these meetings are televised live, so when you approach the podium, please let us know who you are, the business you represent, and you can lay out your plans at the table next to the podium. And I'd like to welcome tonight Dr. Sion Park, our newest member of our Design Review Board, so welcome. Yeah. Okay, and we'll get started tonight with DRB 2022-38, the application at Compass at 216 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a monument sign and a wall sign. Welcome.
Hello, I'm Terry Kirkwood from Compass Real Estate.
Okay, good. Nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you want to kind of walk us through and tell us what you have in mind?
So, I believe you all have the plans. Sorry. I believe you have the plans.
Yeah, if you want to lay them
So-
out on the table
Sure.
for the viewers at home.
Oh, sorry. I don't know where the camera is.
Is your mic on?
I
Little
don't
red
know.
light. Otherwise, they
straw,
can't hear
but I
you
don't know
at
that that's
home.
Do you feel more comfortable using a handheld?
Does it work now? You're good. Okay,
Okay, good. All right.
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see the screen there. Okay. So we're looking for a sign up on the building, as you can see. And then also a sign that's in the front of the building.
So a monument sign and a wall sign.
Correct.
Okay. Which one would you like to start with?
Why don't we start with the wall sign?
You got it. Okay. All right. So can you give us a little idea what materials are and how it's going to be mounted and all?
So I'm going to just also say I'm from the real estate company. I'm not from the sign company.
Okay. All right. Do your
So
best.
I'm going to read this, and I don't have
Okay.
glasses, so bear with me.
All right.
Specifications: fabricated aluminum channel letters with white acrylic faces. Letters shall have interior LED illumination. Returns shall have a matted white enamel finish. All wall penetrations shall be made watertight. Signs 18 square feet.
All right. So there's a glaring problem with the sign, and I think you guys probably know what it is. Jane?
It's rather large.
Yeah. Well, it's too high.
Yeah, it's too high, too. I was wondering what they were doing,
Yeah.
because they took away the cupola that was on that little portico,
Mhm.
and then they just raised the whole facade up to the former height of the cupola.
Signs can only be as high as 15 feet from grade. And without an accurate measurement, I think it's safe to say it's probably well over 15 feet. So it's a nice sign, but it's just too high off the ground.
I think what they're going to have to do is remove that fake window doodad and lower the sign down somewhere.
Or you could apply for a variance,
Yeah.
or you could lower it to the lower band, have it visually effective,
Okay, so we have to come back to apply for a variance.
which would be a zoning variance.
Okay.
Not for this board.
Okay, got it.
That's option one.
Okay, so I apologize. Is this something that you put back in writing to us, or should I be taking notes?
Well, do you have any feedback for us, suggestions for alternates?
So I think the sign too low would not be able to be seen from the street, and we have people coming to attend settlements. And if you've ever tried to attend something where you can't find the building, you get a little upset. So we've had situations before where, I used to be a manager at a property in Rosemont, and it was 1149 East Lancaster Avenue, and GPS took them West Lancaster. So
You think the monument sign would suffice?
the monument sign in the front, low, with the trees.
I don't know, I can't picture the.
Yeah, we've got trees there. We're hoping the trees are going to be elevated, but I know the Shade Commission is
Well,
also, would come
I-
into play there.
I don't think people had trouble finding Berkshire Hathaway when it was there, and their sign was not that high.
I worked there, and we did have trouble.
At this location?
Yes.
I don't know if an alternate is to ride the side and have the lettering
Go that way?
vertically rather than horizontal. And I don't know if you can still get the height limitation there either, but that might be an alternate as well.
Okay,
I'm just giving you some just
Sure.
suggestions.
I appreciate it.
Well, I think we should probably ask the applicant to come up with a new plan for that sign and come back next month, or your option, like Colin said, is to go to zoning hearing board and I guess plead hardship.
Okay.
And, you know, get an exception on that sign, so,
Okay.
Have we had the facade on this building before us?
no. No.
Mr. Chairman, I was just going to suggest that possibly you table this because of the facade renovation that has not been included in here, and it looks like just from the photos that some of that work has already started.
Okay,
So anytime you put an exterior sign up or change the exterior of a building, it's reviewed by this board. Obviously, you're here for the signs, but the change in the facade, the taking down the cupola and restructuring that all needs to come in with details, drawings, and things like that. So probably get with the contractors that are working there and the design professional to prepare that submittal to this board as well for not only the sign, but for that change in the facade.
Okay.
all right. So we'll table that.
So
Why don't
in short, they have to stop work on this facade.
Yes.
Okay. We don't own the building, so I will let the owners know.
All right, so why don't we look at your ground sign?
Yeah.
And take a look
Okay.
at that. So I see you have a new location over the previous sign.
Yes.
Okay. The old one was getting a little hidden by the trees?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And it also sits very far back from the street, so again, trying to see.
All right, so it looks like that's just a hair over 25 square feet, which is fine. And you're, have to be 10 feet off the cartway, which you're exactly 10 feet. What do you guys think about that sign? It's pretty basic, but I guess that's the look they're looking for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have an issue with the sign.
Mhm.
Is it going to be lit at night?
Yeah, I believe it is, a lit sign.
It has interior LED illumination.
Yeah. The only thing that I would say, for our sake and other people's sake, maybe we should have the police go out just to do a double check, make sure it's not going to block any sight lines.
The entrance to this property's drive lane is pretty far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm more worried about the guys coming out of the beer yard and stuff, yeah. Just, you know, it's up on the hill a little bit, it's a, you know, it's a busy area, it's a tough area, and people are really starting to accelerate coming out of the traffic light right there, so,
Two schools nearby.
yeah.
I guess it is moving the sign closer to that property, so yeah,
Yeah,
doesn't hurt.
it doesn't hurt, like I say, it kind of gets us off the hook
Maybe
too.
talk to the property owner about trimming trees and removing trees.
And
We
also,
have.
if he's doing the facade change and you really want the sign up top there, maybe he'll advocate for a variance if he thinks he has the grounds for it,
Sure.
arguing about the distance and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I can't picture the facade, you know, adjacent to Lancaster, but cleaning up trees, maybe there's an opportunity to put the sign even closer to Lancaster, rather than on the cupola.
Okay.
How many tenants are in that building?
One.
It's just you're the sole tenant?
Correct.
Yeah, then I think getting the sign closer to Lancaster would be better for you.
All right.
Just ideas.
Yeah.
Yep. I appreciate it.
In addition to all our other suggestions, we're also suggesting that, I'm suggesting, that Bob recommended, you might want to consider a flower bed around your monument sign, only because that also sets off the sign from the grass and gives an opportunity for a little color, which is also eye candy, which also attracts people.
We're definitely planning landscaping and potted plants and
All right, great.
All right.
Any more questions, comments? We're good?
No.
You have any questions for the board?
I don't think so.
Okay, we're good. Tim, you want to take this one?
In the matter of DRB 2022-38, I move to approve the monument sign and table the wall sign.
And
Okay.
facade, right?
Yeah, pending the facade and the applicant returning with some
Okay.
other options based upon the sign height.
Great. Do I hear a second?
Second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
And
you.
for your
Appreciate
information,
that.
since your sign company wasn't here, this is put up on the Township website or YouTube channel again, so you can watch it again if you want.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda is DRB 2022-39, the application of the laundry room at 909 Conestoga Road for a retractable awning. Hi there.
Good evening.
Okay. So right into the mic. Thank you.
Okay, I'm Rich Caskey, JMT Awnings. I'm the supplier for Mr. Cabrera's retractable awning that he would like with a little new signage for the front of his laundromat.
Was there an awning there prior?
No,
There wasn't. I think that, I'm trying to think what was there. They came in a few years ago, I believe, for signage or an awning.
there is a sign there, but it's
Yeah.
on the wall under the overhang. There's
Okay.
about a 6-foot overhang on, roof overhang.
Okay.
And they're facing dead into the sun in the afternoon. And this will give them a much better view from the road, and it'll also protect a little bit from the elements as well.
Yeah, good, good.
The awning's gonna be on the face of the overhang, not recessed.
No, it's going to be underneath. It's going to be soffit mounted underneath, yes. Yeah.
So it would be
Colin,
above the
Mike.
sign.
Yes. But it's not going to be on the wall. It's going to be actually out on the overhang itself. Yeah, so.
But wouldn't block any
Colin,
lettering
Mike.
of your sign? Oh, sorry. Wouldn't block any lettering of the signage?
He's thinking about actually taking the sign down because it's pretty old and pretty ugly, sorry.
So that would be
So-
another application?
Yeah, he's not doing it now, but
Would he be replacing the sign or just completely going with what the sign is on the?
I don't know, he hasn't decided yet.
So we're just looking at the awning.
That's the awning, that's it.
So, and just so that I can kind of get a sense here, since it's going to be soffit mounted, the awning's going to extend then out towards the parking lot?
Yes, but short of the curb by at least a foot because we don't want anybody
Oh.
backing into it.
How high is it going to be?
Well, it's mounted 11 feet off the ground, and the pitch is totally adjustable, so we'll probably bring it down to about 7.5, 8 feet.
Okay.
I think yeah, as low as you can go is 7, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so umbrella material
Yes, it is.
and letter height,
Letters are 6 1/4 high, and the font in total is 108 inches long, including the flags.
Is the color the representation of the awning?
No, I don't know how that is. Originally, my original mock-up for 'em was a forest green, but then they decided to go with the navy blue instead, because it looks better with the flags.
Any striping or just solid?
No, solid. The neighbor's awning is solid as well.
Is it navy blue?
Excuse me?
Is the neighbor's awning navy blue too?
No, it's forest green,
Oh, okay.
but the ones across the street are orange and red and everything else, so.
I keep thinking of continuity, but that's not how it plays out.
There's not too much continuity between a deli and a laundry, so.
yeah. It's a pretty simple application.
I know,
Yeah,
I know.
So
It's
on
where you
your-
have to
you're
take
good?
your comforters too, we know.
Yeah.
all right. Any other questions, comments from the
Uh,
board?
One more question. How will the electric be concealed, if at all, or?
It's going to be a plug-in situation, but it'll go through the wall and be plugged in inside, operated by remote control.
Is that going to be all right, Kevin?
There'll be permits required for that, but yes.
Okay. All right, good.
Electrical permits or building permits?
Both.
Really?
Building for the mounting and electrical for the electricity.
Really? Okay.
All right,
It's
good.
another first.
Okay. All right. Any further comments or questions for the board or for Kevin?
No, you just have to apply for a building permit and an electrical permit.
Do we need it?
He just said we need it.
Yeah,
I mean it that way.
He's got a hearing aid on that side.
okay.
I can avoid it. We don't need the electric.
Well, unless you want to do a manual, but you still have to get a building permit.
Still got,
So if you're going to do that, you might as well get it motorized.
okay.
Good.
Okay?
All right, great. All right.
It's the only one with the American flag.
Yeah,
Anything else?
that's it. Kevin, or excuse me, Kevin. Colin,
I'm good.
would you like to make a motion?
Sure.
Acceptance? Thank you.
In a matter of DRB 2022-39, 909 Conestoga Road, Bryn Mawr, to apply for a new retractable awning. Motion for approval.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, great.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, gentlemen.
Good luck.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job, Israel.
All right, next is DRB 2022-40, the application of Corner Bakery at 613 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for 3 wall signs. Hi there.
Hi,
How you doing?
good.
Good. So this is formerly the site of Zoe's Kitchen?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm Christian Boulanger with Signs de la Carte. I am here representing A to Z Sign, who's a sign company dealing with the final customer,
Okay, great.
for the installation of 3 channel box. One on the roadside, 2 of them on the parking lot side,
Right.
right?
Why don't we look at the, excuse me, why don't we look at the one on Route 30 first?
Yeah.
On the highway first. All right.
Yeah, this one. And the sign will be installed right below the lighting that's already there. Well, they will take off the lighting, but we will put that where the old sign was before.
So the awning is no longer there?
I am not here talking about the awnings. It's on the
Okay.
drawing, but I'm not aware about the awnings, what's going to be on the awnings.
I think the awnings are part of the rendering though, right? So
Yeah, they are.
we're ignoring those?
Uh,
Aye.
Or we're approving those?
I didn't get that.
Okay, so Lisa was good enough to get the application of Zoe's. And
Bring it to street view.
That's what I'm doing.
Okay, take a look at that. I'm not sure if that's exactly the way it was approved, but that was Zoe's application. So just give us a second there, okay?
Okay, no problem.
Yeah. The problem right out of the chute with that sign, just like the.
The height.
The height,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's, again, no higher than 15 feet from grade. I mean, you don't have a measurement on that, but it's definitely go higher than 15 feet.
It's just 21 foot on the higher side on the building. On that side, it's probably borderline 15 foot on the height.
Okay, but the front, you're saying is 21.
The front is, yeah, it's 250 inches. But the left side is 250, the right side is smaller because of the slope.
Right, the slope, yeah. I mean, I'll ask you guys are okay with the sign itself there, right?
Yeah,
I mean, it's the standard corner bakery sign.
yeah.
Right.
I'm okay with the sign
Yeah.
itself. I just drove by there. I can't remember the awning's there or not.
No, it's not,
Google
Oh,
says
okay,
it's
the
not,
awning's not there,
so
good.
I'm looking at the
Yeah.
Google image of it now.
yeah. Is the box itself black?
Black, yes.
Black with white lettering?
Yeah, black, white lettering, and it's the overall is the box plus the letter 6-inch deep, so it's pretty slim for this kind of signs.
Yeah,
Um,
okay. So the main problem looks like is the
It's exact height.
height.
Yeah.
There's a lot of holes on the wall
Yeah,
from the old awning that are gonna have to get filled in,
yeah,
patched up.
that's part of the
Okay, all right.
that's part of the drill.
Are you okay, though, with lowering that sign?
Yeah,
Okay, you're gonna have to.
yeah,
Okay, all right,
no problem.
okay.
And
So good there on that
yeah.
front sign?
Yeah.
If the height is lowered.
If the height is lowered?
Yeah.
15 feet?
Yeah.
Maximum?
Max 15 feet.
I mean, it looks like
And we do max 15 feet from the right side or the left side?
from grade.
There's a little
does.
slope right there.
There's a slope that's going to be about an inch and a half, foot and a half variance.
Look, they're even raising the lights. Rendering versus the picture. See how the lights are so much closer?
This is you can see these,
So I think if they kept the sign where the light, below the lights, they'd be all right.
Okay.
yeah, you see, well, it's a little bit small there.
Mr. Chairman, I can
Yes.
weigh in on the sign height and where it's measured from. So no portion of the sign shall be higher than 15 feet at any point. So you don't get 15 feet on the low side and it's 17 feet at the high side. It's 15 feet at the high side, so no higher than 15 feet. The other thing that I noticed is that I think they're exceeding the allowable sign area. They're capped at 50 and they're looks close to 70 square feet in total sign area. For all signs.
For all signs, yeah,
For all
this is 32 and change, this particular sign.
Yes, and then there's a 20 plus and then there's a 15.
Right, yeah, we'll get to those others, so, yeah,
Yeah, okay.
okay, so, all right, so we're good on that, provided the sign does not go over 15
Okay,
feet
that's
at any
fine.
point.
That is fine.
Okay, and you're going to clean up the front wall, or somebody's going to clean it up, patch the holes?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right, and Colin, you had mentioned about the lights?
Well, yeah, I mean, the rendering that they present, the lights are much higher than what they actually are in the field.
When you said that, I looked at it and I looked at the original, yes, you're right. I don't know how, but I will make sure
I think
that,
they raised the lights so they could get the awning.
yeah, but the lights are going to be gone anyway, so, because the sign is lit
Yes.
itself, so there's no need for the light.
Right, okay.
Okay.
All right, good. All right.
Okay.
So why don't we look at the
The corner bakery,
entrance sign? We'll do that one next.
this one?
Yes,
Okay. This one is pretty much installing this, where it was before, exactly the same way, reusing the bracket that were there.
okay.
So we're not reinstalling any bracket, we're just putting it on a bracket that was there. And you can, well, you can't see very much here, but yeah, you can see the bracket here. On the paper, I can see it, but on the screen, I cannot.
Okay. And that one's 2216.
It's 2216, yes.
So between the two signs now, you're at 54
Okay.
square feet.
Yeah.
And, let's see. Okay. Are you guys okay with that sign?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty good, yeah. All right.
And the other one is just a pickup order sign. It's
Yeah.
just above the pickup door.
Yeah, that's a problem because
Yeah.
a wall sign can only have like the name of the business or an address or an
Okay.
email. You can't say, pick up.
Okay.
So they're going to have to come up with a way, whether it's the graphic on the door or whatever, to get that message to the
So
public.
then can we say we put the graphic in front of the awning, like a vinyl graphic in front of the awning to say pick up
The
door?
overhang?
No.
Yeah,
No.
no, all right.
No.
So it has to be above the door or something like that?
Yeah, and you're limited because you can only do 20% of your available glass space
Yeah,
for windows, so it's
That's
not going to be
that's
that
the
big.
total of the property, so there's a lot of windows here, so.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think what you're trying to do is
Yeah.
tell them to come to this door specifically.
yeah,
Exactly.
okay.
So,
So if you don't have a lot of vinyls in any other window, you could, it's that one specific window?
No, it's
Yeah.
per window area, so we would treat this facade right above the door as the window area, so 20% of that. You don't get to count the window area in the front of the building or on other sides, it's just within that immediate area.
I just
And
thought
just the glass above the door, too.
But if we put the
No, I would include the doors and the
okay,
side lights
yeah.
Okay.
and that
That's
as
good.
the area that you get 20% off.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can probably stick this pickup order on just the door above, the glass above the door, and we should be at the 20%. We should be below the 20%, I guess. Well, I can measure that.
You're going to have to submit back to this
Yeah.
board for that.
Yep,
Okay.
all right.
All right, so that sign's going to have to come back to us.
Okay.
And you guys are not going to open for a while anyway, right? So it won't be a hardship. Okay.
It's,
Who knows?
yeah, it's not the way they see it, but
All right.
I'm okay with that. Okay,
All
so,
right. So I think we're good on the two, provided they're not over 15.
and yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Kevin, we've run into, I guess, this situation before where, you know, he fronts Route 30, he also fronts a parking lot. It's not really considered a corner property, but since Zoe had signage there, this new applicant is allowed to have the signage there also?
I believe that signage is down.
Yes?
So if it was there and it was a nonconformity, they've eliminated that, so they don't get that back.
All right.
So, no. One road frontage, Lancaster Avenue.
So you're only allowed one sign then?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, you can have multiple signs. The total sign area of all wall signs shall not exceed 50 square feet. So if they're stuck at the 50 square feet, they need to come into compliance with the two main signs. Whether this board wants to see them with a scaled-down version of those or not, that's at your discretion.
Okay.
We would check that on the building permit submittal, as well as the height.
Okay.
Okay, so he could have, Kevin, what you're saying, just to be clear on it, where you're saying he can have the two signs provided are not totaled over 50 square feet?
Even though one's on the parking lot?
Correct. Looking at the code provision, it says the total sign area of all wall signs placed on any one premise. It does not say a wall sign or one wall sign. It says all wall signs. So they can have multiple wall signs, but the total of all of those signs combined cannot exceed 50 square feet.
I think what we were asking is that this is they're putting signs on two sides of the building, and it's not a corner. It's a parking lot.
Correct. But you can
And
have
you were
multiple wall
asking if they were
signs.
grandfathered in.
You can have multiple wall signs,
Oh.
but the total cannot exceed 50 for all of them together.
Okay, so you're,
That's because the frontage is established by just the portion of the property that's on Route 30.
That is correct. So if
here
there was a
you-
second road frontage, you would get the
You
50
get more,
times two.
yeah. But because only one
Oh, I see.
corner is on the road, you go by that frontage.
I thought it was 2 feet by the width of the,
2 for your first 15, or well, for total wall signage.
okay. So it was a building sign
No,
and,
the max is 50 anyway.
Yeah, max is 50. So you're a little over, you're 54 and change.
You're within inches probably,
Yeah.
actually, of
so
adjusting the
just
scaling.
reduce a little bit, tiny bit the sign of the sides and get the 50 and we
I
will
would
be,
suggest you do the one over the door.
yeah,
I think that's where you could reduce the size a little bit, and from an aesthetic point of view,
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's the sign that I would reduce the size of.
Yeah.
Keep it centered on that,
I agree.
but I think if you reduce the size there, you'll be able to make up the 4 square feet you need, or
Yeah,
5
it's
square feet you need.
With 14 feet on the width, don't need much to get, to reduce it to 4 feet. All right,
Okay. We need to make sure too, that the address numbers on the building. All right. And it possibly may be, but why don't you just double check that
so the address number needs to be,
on the doors, just in case there's an
Fire.
emergency of some sort, so.
oh, that's, could be a piece of vinyl then.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 4-inch vinyl decal or whatever,
Okay.
so.
Okay, sounds good.
It's a small thing, but it's an important thing also. And the other thing we probably should mention, for that pickup area, you're not allowed to use the A-frame signs, tent signs,
Oh,
directing people,
yeah,
can't have it. All right?
all right. We'll work with that. I will work with them to get some vinyl on the window. Should be fine.
Okay, so,
We'll reach that easily.
okay, so why don't you, if you can, we'll try to have you back next month.
Okay?
Okay, you're going to have to get your plans into the office by, let's see
The
here, by September 21st.
21st.
Yeah, and the meeting's on October 12th, but yeah,
Okay.
September 21st, you'll have to get your plans in.
Sounds good.
So it looks like we're in agreement, we're going to approve the two signs, provided he doesn't exceed 50 square feet. on those two signs?
Yes.
My main question would be
Yeah.
with the sign that's facing Lancaster Ave, exactly figuring out exactly where it's gonna be, since we don't have that depicted here.
Okay.
If he's coming back anyway,
Let's do it
I
right.
will, anyway, we will re-sketch everything with all the
Okay.
measurement from the lowest point of the street and make sure that we don't exceed the 15 feet.
Correct, and put dimensions on there, please, that
Yeah.
way the board can clearly see.
fine.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Kevin, can we do a continuance to next
I
month?
think the best thing to do is continue till next month for the applicant to kind of reattack this with dimensions and scaling and
Okay.
the temporary window signs.
Okay, fair enough.
All right.
Okay, and before you leave, we'll have Jane make that motion.
Okay. I make a motion for DRB 2020-40, the corner bakery signs, that are a continuance to next month, and the applicant will return with new drawings for the sign on the front. The frontage sign will be no more than 15 feet from grade, and the sign over the door will be made slightly smaller so that all signs are under 50 square feet, and there will be no pickup sign. That sign will be put as vinyl over the door.
Okay, do we hear a second?
roughly.
I would just modify that.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the sign over the door. We leave it to you to just
Oh,
get
yeah.
the
Oh, that's
signs
right. Yeah.
to the correct.
Got it, yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you want to take from the front one a little bit and the side door, but it's not one or the other.
We'll ask them to decide.
And with that modification, I
no
would
problem.
second that motion.
Okay, great. So do we hear a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
We'll look forward to seeing you next month.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, thanks. Next is DRB 2022-41, the application of Jean White Hillary for one wall sign and 4 vinyl applications. And the address is 209 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne, formerly Tarani Brothers Oriental Rug Store. How you doing, Greg?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Greg Feld with KC Sign Company, here for Jean White Hillary, I apologize, for the boutique.
Okay.
Proposing the one wall sign and 4 window graphics. So I'll just do the wall sign first.
Okay. Want to walk us through the wall sign first?
Sure, just want to do a basic non-illuminated panel, Dibond panel, aluminum composite, and no illumination on it at all, with the name of the boutique and their little logo on that. The overall square footage being 30.7 square feet. And then I figured out the cap height on the lettering there. I didn't have that on the original, so 8-inch caps on the name.
You guys like the wall sign?
Sign's already up, right?
Not that I
Is the
know
sign
of.
up?
No,
Oh, okay.
we didn't make one or put one up. I don't know if they put something else up.
Yeah.
I didn't drive by on the way here.
Okay.
It's repainted.
What's that?
It's repainted.
You repeat?
They did some work on it, yeah, I don't know.
And New York and Paris and Milan are in the windows.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
And I can put them up here.
Okay. So again, we're talking a lot about the 15 feet from grade.
Mm.
Did you get your ruler out?
So, yep, right at 15, yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay, it might be a little lower, but,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Okay, good. You know the drill, I know, so.
Yep.
Yeah, good. All right.
Always make sure I put that on the drawings, too.
Yeah. And you know the mounting, you can't have hidden, the fasteners have to be hidden and everything, so.
Yeah,
Okay. All right, good. Okay, are we good with the wall sign then? That comes in at just a hair over 30 square feet, so,
Yeah.
okay. All right, good.
Okay.
And then Greg, the vinyl?
the vinyl, yes. We kind of have a little map there showing where all the signs are, B, C, D, and E being the window graphics. And then each window is almost 10 by 10. They're pretty large windows. So we did the math on the square footage of the vinyl to go on those, bringing it in at, I think one's at 20, the others are considerably less. The one sign will be on the side window. That would be E, the London sign. All the rest are, as you can see there, on the front. And it's just white vinyl. And then the two logos they have again, which have the orange and the green, same as on the wall sign.
And Greg, you said they are up, the vinyls?
Pardon me?
The vinyls are up right now? They're applied?
No, we didn't.
Oh. they're
If
not
they had
applied.
put any, we didn't put any of this up yet, no.
Okay.
Well, how come I saw them? Maybe I'm
dreaming
seeing
that.
things.
Yeah,
I'll have to go by and take a look. We didn't do any of this yet, though.
okay.
Let's see if I saw them.
I'll just throw it out there for the board, just to get you guys' take on it. The application of the two logos on New York and Milan, do you like the position of them? I don't know, what do you think? It's a tough spot to put them, because the New York and Milan basically in the center of the window, but,
I don't think I have so much of an issue with that. Maybe the scaling of the two logos, if the two logos were the same size as each other, I think it might actually pair better. But I think that's the only issue I'd have with it.
yeah.
I know when I first looked at it, it's something that I did catch my attention to say, hey, what is that?
Yeah,
That is kind of the point of signage. So
right.
I think, quite frankly, if they were just scaled to be the same size as each other, because I think the one over New York is probably larger than the one over Milan. But that's the only comment that I would make on that. Otherwise,
They're slightly different, yes. One is the Jean White Hillary logo, and then there's Jean Claudel. That's the menswear department within the boutique. So we could definitely scale those so they're the same proportion, the same size.
I think you did already to have them be the same width. So I think it's just by sheer nature of the logo
Right.
itself that the one is is a taller logo than the other.
Right.
So I don't know if it's going to make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to augment the logo somewhat to one or the other.
Okay.
It's just the one on, I think it's really what you're seeing is the one over in New York is just a bulkier logo, which I think makes it seem more asymmetrical.
The way they're laid out, right, the one over New York is more centered, and it's more the color and the graphics right in the middle of it. Whereas the one over Milan is similar to the wording on the sign, and it's spread out with the Jean White Hillary kind of by itself on the right and the logo on the left.
Okay. Just kicking it out there for
No,
conversation. So, yeah. Hey, Greg, there was always a pole sign out there.
A pole sign.
Is it still there?
I don't know if it's still there. We're not doing anything to replace, or
Okay.
did they have a like a freestanding sign by itself?
I'm sorry?
Was it a freestanding sign by
Yeah.
itself for this
Yeah,
building?
there was. Yeah, when
Okay.
Ronnie was there, they had their sign hanging off of it. Kevin, what do you do in a case like that if that sign's not being used?
I know that they had the real estate marketing sign on there. You know, the pole is there and it's not being used. I don't have any objections to that. If there was a sign that no longer referred to a business or a blank, I would probably look a little bit closer at that, but just the pole itself, I don't take any exceptions to.
Okay.
That gives some flexibility if this tenant is super successful and has to expand their business elsewhere, that allows another business to come in and, utilize that pole sign, so.
Okay. All right, good. Okay. And I noticed the A-frame signs out front that she's got.
Oh, I'll tell her about that. Okay.
Yeah, you better tell her, yeah. What else, guys? Comments?
Well, the facade was painted. Are we only here for the signs?
Yes.
What are we going to do about the facade?
She's aware of
All right.
the requirement to come back in front of this board for the change of color.
Okay, great.
All right.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right, good.
All right, anything else from the board?
No,
We're good?
we're
Greg,
good.
That's all I have.
you're good?
We're good.
Good. Sion, it's up to you. You want to take this one? No? Okay, all right. Okay, so we'll go back down. to
As a matter of
How's that?
DRB 2022-41, I move for approval of the application.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thanks, Greg.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. Next is DRB 2022-42, the application of Motorino at 910 Conestoga Road for a wall sign. How
Good
you doing?
evening, how are you?
Good.
Can I hand you something? My client has a rendering of what the building's going to look like.
Yeah, positively.
Like,
Oh, it's a
given
motorcycle.
to me 2 days ago, so
Okay.
I apologize.
Luciano didn't make it? I told you he was coming, yeah.
I just noticed it's a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I was wondering what this jacket was in the middle. I thought it was like a little person or something.
Another guy flying higher than 15 feet from grade.
I thought the red thing was like some like scarecrow.
Did he own it?
Get my glasses on, I'm fine.
Okay.
The parcel behind?
All right, floor is yours.
Hi, my name is Dave. I'm from Image 360 in Bryn Mawr. I'm here to represent Motorino, which is 910 Conestoga Road. It's going to be an Italian restaurant where the Garrett Hill Pizza used to be. And what we're proposing to do is a channel letter set mounted via raceway. So internally lit, blue and red color per the design below. And originally, I didn't have a picture of the building, so I kind of mocked it up where the windows are now. And my client sent me a revised image of the building, of the new facade they're gonna do with like some roof treatments and a canopy. But I'm only in charge of the sign, so that's all I'm here to talk about. But as you can see, the placement is gonna be on that canopy over the first floor windows.
Okay, so forget this one.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
I mean, it
this is the
details
new
the
one.
attachment detail and the actual graphic itself, but like the placement is gonna be where this picture is now.
Comments? What do you think?
I don't recall.
It's lower than 15 feet, so.
I don't recall the facade that we approved allowing for what's being rendered here up the top.
Mhm.
But that's a separate issue.
That's not me.
I know,
Yeah, yeah.
I know. And then I mean, obviously the motorcycle in the middle of the building up top is too tall.
That's not me either.
Okay,
That's part of the facade, you think?
I don't know why the architect showed that, because I would have told him that's not gonna get approved. So forget that motorcycle thing, it doesn't really make sense.
And then the only other comment that I would have with the mock-up that you just gave us here, the second floor there is residential, from my understanding, and the sign is right there at their balconies. Do you recall if those balconies open, or are they gonna be coming out there and interfering with the signs at all? Is there a risk of that, or what's going on, do you know?
There's gonna be a canopy, so the sign's gonna be pushed further past the balcony.
Okay,
So, as far as I know, then that sign's gonna be ahead of the balconies.
got it.
and Dave, how are you gonna apply that sign?
Via a raceway.
Okay,
And the raceway is gonna be whatever color the canopy is to kind of
Right.
hide it.
okay, and you're sure it's gonna be under 15?
I'm sure, yeah.
All right,
I was sure before.
Tim's going down with his ruler, so, right?
I moved, so I'm out.
Oh, you're out of
I
there.
have to drive over there now.
All right,
Yeah, but Dr. Sienna's, you live there, so she knows
there you
what
go,
she's
all right.
doing.
Sion's going down with her.
My
yours.
office is like half a mile away, so.
Yeah.
Not 15 feet, I got you now.
What do you think of the design? It's a little unique with the motorcycle.
Well,
I'm learning this is a chain.
Oh, really?
No.
yeah,
Well, he stole the name then.
Oh. Yeah, no, it's not a chain as far as I know.
There's one in New York, there's 5 in New York, one in
This
Hong
guy
Kong,
gets out
one
a
in
lot.
Dubai, one in Milan.
Ah,
oh,
He
you're
might
just
have a
looking it
trademark
up.
issue, but
Oh,
that's
oh.
also not my problem. So,
It says licensing inquiries, contact us here.
yeah, I didn't know that.
okay.
The other-
And it's called Motorino Pizzeria.
Yeah,
No, that's what,
I believe you.
No.
so
I'm
should we
just-
table this?
I just don't recall the facade looking like this. what
I
we
don't
approved.
recall that either.
Yeah.
That's my concern.
Remember
Did they already present the,
The facade came in for a
Yeah.
while
ago.
ago, right?
Yeah,
oh, okay.
I don't remember the canopy over the door.
I don't remember the roof structure either.
right.
I don't remember the roof
sign's drawn on
structure.
this canopy, that's kind of why I'm pausing here right now.
So, yeah, when I did the drawing, there was no talk at the canopy. It was just like, put
Mm-hmm.
it on the building.
Yeah, it is.
So who gave you
Yeah,
this?
that's what I did, like
Exactly,
last
Yeah.
month.
Who gave you this, Luciano?
Yeah, 2 days ago.
The architect?
And the architect drew it.
Okay.
But I don't recall it looking like this either.
If the board is that uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Considering the perceived changes in the facade and the perceived issue with the name infringement, you may want to table this and ask the applicant to come back for additional information, because
Yeah.
they could get some legal issues if this board, particularly what Colin found. I don't know if the logos are the same or if they're close, but, we may want to get a little bit more information on this
Okay.
before you make a recommendation for
Okay.
approval.
All right.
Dave, I drove by there the other day. Looks like they're a long way from opening up.
2 months, maybe?
Okay, well, we can
Okay.
see you next month, and,
In concept, I like your design.
Oh, thanks.
yeah,
He designed it. I'm just,
okay,
it's his logo, yeah.
all right. So we just need to be a little more specific as to the building facade
So
and how.
does he need to come back?
Well,
And
we go to Feliciano came in, I mean, he's. the
he was
building-
supposed to come in. He told,
Yeah.
yeah, I was led to believe he was
Right.
coming in.
Okay,
You don't have a Zoom feature, do you?
No.
Yeah.
no.
But,
So-
and,
Go ahead.
and we better, for the next meeting, we should have the drawings of the facade we approved.
We can provide that to the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Dave, why don't
Well,
we
just
have you
one-
come back?
One copy will be enough. You don't have to-
Okay. So we'll do a continuance again?
I think that's
You
the
you
best
guys
bet.
are like batting 1,000
You know,
tonight.
we're not approving anything tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, the awning.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
sitting here trying to
unusual.
remember which awning.
Okay. So is the board comfortable with that then? We're going to ask Dave to come back and just check with Luciano, get a better look at the building itself, and we'll get our
Okay.
facts and figures all straightened out. So again, Dave, you need to get those plans into the Radnor Township building
For the,
for the October 12th meeting. You need to have the plans in here September, no later than September 21st.
but he's got to come present the building, though.
Well, he should be here, you know.
Yeah.
Does he have to be here?
Because like,
No.
I'm not clear on, like, the sign, I think, in my opinion, is fine.
Yeah.
It's just like where it's going relative to the building is the issue.
Well, if there's questions about the building, I mean,
Yeah.
he should be here to answer those
Yeah.
questions.
But like, I don't need to do anything with the sign, like, nothing,
If
like,
you're putting the sign on the facade that we approved, then you're right.
yeah. But like, as far as like what I need to tell my client, like, hey,
If they're making changes to the facade, then
got it,
then
yeah.
that's an
But the
issue.
sign, as far as you can tell, is fine.
I think it will be, but we can't say
Yeah.
100% yes or no until you come in next month,
Okay.
all right? So
And I
we'll
think
leave
the
you in
applicant
limbo.
should probably provide some clarity on the name issue.
Is that a thing? I mean,
It's a question that this board has and that
Yeah.
I have, so I think that that's something that the owner needs to provide that information.
yeah.
I
Okay,
don't think, I'm not gonna speak.
okay,
No, I'm done talking on that one.
okay.
And especially if it's got if the other company is using one that has the red motorcycle in the middle, too, you know?
Did you see the logo on?
I don't
Oh, you
think
don't
we
see
need
that?
to go
Okay.
any further into that one.
Okay,
We're getting,
all right.
okay.
So you get where we're coming from then, right?
I just want to make sure,
You
I
to
don't
come back,
really, I don't need
Luciano
to
to come
change
back.
my drawing other than the building, in terms of like size and that kind of thing.
We need an accurate
Yeah,
portrayal of the building
Yeah.
itself.
If you're
okay?
talking about the actual instrument that's gonna be affixed to the building, I think we kind of agree. If the name is right and the sizing, it looks good,
yeah,
we just need to know
Yeah.
exactly what's happening.
yeah,
All right,
that's what I'm asking. Thank you.
I think we're in agreement.
Okay.
all right,
Just making sure.
If we all say it 5 more times, we might confuse ourselves more. but-
okay. All right, so you're good?
Yeah, I'm good.
How about if I ask Colin to? I'm going to ask a lawyer friend. Okay, all right,
I'm just gonna say, in the matter of DRB 2022-43, I move to continue.
okay. Do we have a second? Second. All in favor?
I approve.
All right.
Yes.
Kevin,
Aye.
anything else to interject
Aye.
there? You're good? Okay, great,
Thank you all.
All right, Dave, we'll see you next month, all right?
All right.
Don't forget, September 21st.
September 21st.
Okay. Next on the agenda is DRB 2022-43, the application of Pathfinders at 302 West Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for lighting and landscaping.
The actual business is KGBHAI.
Okay,
I'm Keenan Goggin. This is Ben Hardy.
how you doing? We get to meet you in person, right? We saw you on
Yes.
Zoom last month. Okay, good.
So this is for the lighting, which is existing fixtures being replaced, and then just landscaping, which is very low profile. I took some shots of the lights from the manufacturer. They're backlit, so they'll illuminate the building. They will not project out. This is where we want to put them, right here, the 2 bigger ones, and then right here, the 2 smaller ones for the great frame-up door. So
Yeah.
it'll be right next to each other.
And those are
I got it, yeah.
existing lights.
Correct. And then the other lighting here is goosenecks, and this is what they will look like, and they're replacing just existing fixtures that were put there in probably 1970.
Okay.
There's 9. Thank you.
Yeah, it looks terrific, yeah.
Yeah.
You did a nice job with that.
Needed it.
Yeah. Okay, you guys good with the lights?
I love the lights.
I love the
Good,
lights.
like them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, good.
And then last is the boxwoods. So we just removed the landscaping to do the stuff. We're just going to put 12 boxwoods and river rock, so it'll be low profile. We'd ideally love to pave up to the building, but that's not a possibility.
Gotcha.
Be careful with the boxwoods and the river rock.
Say that again? I'm sorry.
River rock may not be the best underneath the boxwoods unless it's, you give them enough space.
And the sun may beat on the river rocks and may kill the boxwoods.
Yeah. Just slight.
Go ahead, Colin.
Yeah, we can talk to the landscaper about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be 12 plants, low profile. If it's not boxwoods, it'll be something that lasts. I don't want to keep paying for them, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to have some sort of retainer there in the front, or is it just going to be cut the driveway and put the river rocks in, or?
So we may put, you know,
Parking.
Railroad ties, or
parking,
like?
not parking, what are those things called? The little rocks we removed?
Curbing,
Yeah, the curving rocks.
landscape edging.
Yeah, like
Landscape edging,
edging.
Okay,
bed edging.
Yep,
all right, just to finish it off a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
it's
and,
going to look good.
An Ilex Hagadone looks like boxwood, but it's not a boxwood.
Well, what's it called?
Ilex Hagadone, it's
It's a
an
holly?
Ilex crenata.
Okay,
It's a cultivar that stays round and doesn't go.
we're in. Yeah.
No, but I mean, if you don't use boxwoods, that's an idea.
Okay. All right, you guys good with all that? Yep. Yeah, no, really, you did a great job.
Thank you.
Big improvement,
Thank you.
so, yeah. Okay, good. Any other questions for the board, or
That's it.
you guys are good? Board's good?
I'm good.
Thank you.
Okay, you bet. Jane, you want to take it?
For DRB 2022-43 Pathfinders for lighting and landscaping, I move for approval.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care.
Appreciate it.
Thanks for the work.
All right, last on the agenda tonight is DRB 2022-44, the application of WSFS Bank at 330 East Lancaster Avenue in Wayne for a building painting, repainting of the building.
Good evening.
Hi there.
Hi, I'm Mike Konchesky. I'm Vice President, Corporate Facilities Manager for WSFS Bank, and with me is Karen Greenlee with ProSigns.
Okay. All right,
Thanks.
so the signs look good.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Is the monument sign lit
yeah,
entirely?
you know what? I
Oh,
meant
sorry,
to ask-
never mind,
I meant to ask Kevin that. We'll
never mind.
bring that up
Never mind,
at the
never
end
mind,
there.
never mind.
Okay. Thanks for reminding me. Okay. Floor is yours.
So we decided to paint the facade of the building for a couple of reasons. As you can see from the previous photos, the building was several different colors. Masonry was stained with some black material we think was coming from the trees and rust. And since we reduced the number of signage on the building, we had holes that needed to be patched, and we wanted to blend in. We looked at 4 different colors for the facade of the building. We've given you the samples in the packet. We chose to go with the oyster white. That's a standard color that we use at a number of our branches. It is a brighter color, but we think it's a much nicer, cleaner color, and again, matches our standard look. So I think you have some questions.
I like it. You guys are good? Everybody's good? Happy with the color?
It is.
No,
You're not happy?
No.
Got to be one in the group, right?
well, the
What's wrong?
painter, I'm the painter.
Go ahead.
I think they could have added a secondary color. They didn't have to paint the entire structure, which is rather blockish. The same color, and you've already painted it anyway.
All right.
Normally, you get approval before you paint.
To be honest, when we looked through the website, we did not realize that we needed to come forward for that pre-approval.
The code actually specifically says code actually specifically says that painting is excluded. So, so we really didn't know.
Okay.
Maybe that needs to be updated if we need to get painting
Okay.
approved.
It was
That would be
definitely,
helpful.
definitely an oversight on our part.
Okay.
We apologize.
Yeah. I think it looks nice and clean and fresh, and, yeah, I know what you're saying, maybe just to
Looks like
break
a
up.
big, well, never mind.
Okay,
Looks like a big block of white.
okay, all right. But we're
Happens
good
to be
now.
my bank.
Kevin, can I bring one thing up, though?
Absolutely.
Their ground signs don't have the opaque background. They're still the green. And I believe it's to two of them.
So the green is illuminated at night?
Yes,
All right.
yes.
So your signs, only the lettering and logos can be illuminated at night? And it sounds like, I'm not familiar with it, I haven't seen it at night.
Are you talking about the monument sign or the
Yes.
building mounted
It's
sign?
the two monument signs.
So, sorry, the monument sign or the directional signs?
No,
The small directional.
monument signs specifically, and possibly the directional signs, but I think you've got two monument signs on the two.
No, we
We
have
have
one
at
monument sign.
400 and one at 330.
Right, I think they're both the same, where they light up green at nighttime. The background should be black, and the only thing illuminated should be the lettering,
Okay.
WSFS. You can take a look at it again, but I'm 99% sure, and Jane, you saw it too,
Yeah,
I
I thought
believe.
it was-
And I thought we had a routed aluminum face, so it would not be illuminated at night.
Okay, well, let's take another look at it, all right?
I'll check it on my
Okay.
phone.
Make sure. All right. Okay.
Anything else?
Are you going to do anything with the landscaping?
There are a couple of dead trees that we need to address.
No, I don't mean
Are
tree
you,
removal.
are you
gonna-
suggesting something?
I'm wondering if you're going to do anything to refresh the landscaping.
Um,
You've painted the building, you've put in new signs. Are you considering?
I am
doing-
planning to look at the landscaping for this building and the other Bryn Mawr Trust buildings for our springtime, when I have money in the budget to do it. But yes, we are planning to do some refresh.
Okay, so we'll ask you to come in with the landscape plan at that time?
Is that what's required?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay,
good to know. Thank you.
okay, good.
Just like you should have come for a paint.
Okay. And you know what, I'm just going to mention one thing for Seon. You're probably wondering why those signs are so high. The previous tenant went for a variance and was approved for the higher signs. That's why they're over 15 feet, so. All right. Okay. All right. Anything else on this application? We're good? You guys are good?
We're
We're going
great.
to check out those signs at night?
So,
Sure.
Do we need to do anything further for the painting? No?
Thank you.
I think we're good. Kevin?
Did we get a formal motion on that?
In the matter
Yeah.
of DRB 2022-44, I move to approve the application.
Okay, second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And it looks like that is going to wrap it up for tonight, and we'll see you next month.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, have a good night.
We will look for your landscaping.